if king f8, which we haven't looked at, then either hg or fg give white an advantage according to Ribka, but hg is the stronger one, because after rook d5, bishop takes, bishop takes. In this position, white has bishop g5, queen takes d4, and here Ribka gives bishop e7 check, king 8 taking on g6, king d7, queen f7, and it's really killing for white. It's plus 6.32. So yeah, I don't know. The master obviously blundered immediately. You know, he should have just seen that the weakness of his last move was allowing knight f4. So perhaps he should have at least gone in for the knight g4 continuation if he hadn't seen the knight f7 continuation. But there's something else to consider here. You know, would the master have not been verbalizing on each move in this position, because it's very sharp and forceful? I can see that there's less scope for verbalizing the position again strategically, to see, you know, where the imbalances are and to see where you could have trump cards. But in an example by Tisdall in his book Improve Your Chess Now, he's basically put a different take on it. You know, basically saying in summary tips, you know, talk to yourself, not aloud of course, that's against rules, and chess players have a shaky enough reputation already, but he says try to determine your next best move by examining just one principal variation. Maybe that would have saved white here, just to look at one in detail, knight takes f7, because it's quite thematic actually, knight takes f7. So this variation may either be the one which first or most strongly appeals, or one which you feel seems to fit the strategic demands of the position. Well, I certainly think it does, because the strategic trump card here of the bishop, just eyeing the black king in effect. If you can get rid of these two pawns, knock them out, then this bishop has got, you know, dangerous opportunities against the black king. So Tisdall's next tip is, you know, present the concrete variation calculated into themes and positional factors, and then use those to determine which moves are likely to be relevant. And Tisdall's basically saying to use the information gathered in your calculations, try and render them in verbal form, which makes it useful for further searches. Describe your findings. To me, that seems more natural than this mechanical, you know, computer-like approach of just saying if this then that, if this then that. That's what computers do naturally. So is the candidate move system just for computers, or is it for humans? If it's for humans, can we make use of it to become a more dangerous weapon in our conceptual toolkit rather than a fluffy toy? In certain positions, obviously, it's naturally more dangerous because the variations are a lot more forced. But even so, you know, you can verbalize your findings. There was, you know, some hints of that where, you know, black, you know, stopped white's attack dead. But in Kotov's example, another tip, you know, Tisdall gives is, you know, don't be afraid to use intuition or abstract factors when seeking lines to calculate. Of course, computers can't abstract or verbalize the position, so they have to stick to candidate moves. So Tisdall's, you know, basically saying to be human about things, you know, not this just mechanical cold process of if-then moves. Another tip here is, if your primary variation is unsatisfactory, calm down, lean back, and then make a thorough list of other, you know, candidate moves with fresh eyes, using intuition again, because otherwise you're just having this, you know, random selection of moves if you don't use your intuition. Another tip here, then, the time for a conscious listing of candidate moves are quite logical. You know, when one's preliminary calculations haven't achieved the desired result. And here Tisdall is saying what I've been saying, hopping along about this. In sharp tactical positions, it is extremely important to make a comprehensive list at these times. So yeah, the cost benefit of the whole candidate move system is higher in sharp and tactical positions.